Guys, Chat Trades here. So I just got finished up my trading session for the day, and today I traded my break and retest strategy. So I'm going to break down how the strategy works, and the most important thing is finding the key level that we're breaking and retesting. I'm going to be showing you how I determined whether there's a super high chance or not that we actually hold below that level. Okay, guys, so as you can see, today I ended up making around $2,400 in total P&L. I took 2 trades today. The first trade was actually a loss, and then I had a really big winner. And I think today is going to be a really good trading lesson. So be sure to watch through this video, and hopefully you guys can learn a thing or two. So anyways, if you're wondering about my trade yesterday, I didn't post. I basically broke even. I made around $200. It was a 1 loss and a 1 win situation. So you can see I posted that inside my trade recaps yesterday. That was September 9th. You can see I took a loss and then I had a big winner, but I did trim early. So I ended up making around $200 on the day. So far, no red days this week. But today, like I said, I ended up having a big winner, making almost 90 points on the NASDAQ market. So anyways, let's go over these trades and this break and retest strategy, right? So if we go over to NASDAQ, which is what I like to trade, we have this level right here, okay? This is 970 on NASDAQ. This is also 583 on QQQ. And this is a very key level, okay? So this is my break and retest level I wanted to see. Now, as you can see, the first trade I took, I ended up taking the entry a little bit early. And as you can see, I got stopped out literally on this stupid wick right here. So I would have had a way better day, but I ended up getting stopped out on this wick. And then we broke down, retested that 583, and then I rode this thing close to my 580 target on QQQ. Again, I trade NASDAQ, but I use QQQ for my levels. So this morning we had some news. We opened up, we kind of chopped around. It was very choppy this morning. So how did I get this 583 level, right? Why did I think that we weren't going to go higher than 583 and that it was going to be an awesome break and retest level? Well, this is because if I go over to how I get my levels, which is using the Greeks in the options market, mainly looking at gamma and delta. So I'm going to go to where the market opened this morning. All right, so I'm going to go to today, September 10th, and we're going to go 2 minutes into the market open. And as we can see, right, this dotted line, pay attention to gamma right here on the left. All right, so this is going to give me levels and targets for the day. And then delta is going to tell me whether those targets are bullish or bearish, whether market makers are going to be buying or selling there. Right, so anyways, as you can see, this dotted line right here is where price is currently trading. So we opened up right at 583. I mean, pretty much right there. Within 2 minutes, we were right at 583. Now, the reason why I didn't think we're going to go higher than 583, and this is going to be a level that I wanted to, break and retest, is because if we look at what happened after 583, right, we have declining interest, okay? See how these bars literally just decline the whole way down, meaning there's no demand over 583. Liquidity providers do not have to hedge their positions and buy. Right? They don't have to buy past 583. They are chilling at 583. So what this means is it's going to take some kind of headline or news to push past 583. And what this also means is that there's a super high chance that we're going to hold below that level, right? We're going to hold below 583. Now, what's below this bar, right? What's below 583 on QQQ? And we can see it pretty much just goes down and we turn negative, right? So we turn negative gamma at 580. Okay, so this is my other level, and then you can see like once we start getting into like the first 10 minutes or so, okay, I'm going to skip forward. Let's keep going. Okay, so we're 15 minutes into the market open. Look at it now, right? The interest is even lower below it, and below 580, the interest dies as well. Okay, so this tells us that, there's a super high chance that we're going to stay in between 583 and 580. This is going to be our range for the day, right? Unless something changes like a big news headline or anything, but super high chance we're going to stay between 583 and 580. So what does that mean as a trader? I want to play the edges of both of those levels. I either want to short at 583 or break and retest 583, or I want to go long at 580. Right, and that was kind of my plan all along. Now, since the market opened up at 583, this is my first, place I was looking to trade, right? Obviously, if we open up near 580, then I would look for longs and break and retest to go long at 580. But since we're at 583, this first trade, this didn't give me proper confirmation. So as you can see, we actually did break and retest it pretty nicely here. this would have been a decent trade. I ended up skipping out on this, and as you can see, we came up again, and we're getting a lot of divergence here. So I end up going short right when we broke below the level, like right here. I had my stop like a few points above the highs. I should have had it higher, and I literally got stopped out by 3 points. So that was unfortunate. That cost me $1,000. So at that point, I was down $1,000 on the day. And then from there, I was basically waiting for us to actually break and retest it properly. So as you can see, we broke through down again. And then if we go to where we retested it, right at 9:56 my time. So that's going to be 11:56 Eastern time, right? I can go and see what the Greeks look like. And they're pretty much stayed the same. So I'm going to go to 11:56 and you can see it right here, right? Same thing. We still have declining interest, right? And then our range is to 580. And there's a good chance that at some point throughout the day, we're going to go down to 580 because the market's going to get bored at 583. It's not going to stay at the same level the whole entire day, especially during a New York session, right? So anyways, that was kind of my thought process for this is just, I know there's going to be a range between 83 and 80. I'm going to take the edges, right? Whatever side it is, I don't care. But that's my plan for the day. As you can see, I end up getting confirmation to get in here. If we go over to my OTS indicator, which is what I use to actually enter the trade, as you can see, we got a nice sell signal right here. And I end up writing this thing all the way down to this 70 level. Okay, so I always like to do, anywhere from 40 to 30 points above the actual target, especially if I have a big risk reward already. So that was why I picked the 70. As you can see, I actually got like a perfect exit. That was just kind of luck. Anyways, as you can see, this trade was a 4.9 risk reward. Okay, so this loss I took earlier, this means nothing because of how big this trade was, right? I was risking $700 on this trade, and I made around $3,500, and it made up for that $1,000 loss, plus put $2,400 in my pocket. So anyways, guys, when it comes to a break and retest strategy, the most important thing is having context of the market, right? Looking at the market structure, we can see a clear market structure between 83 and 80. This is a consolidation range, okay? Once you have the market structure, then you have your key levels. What are the key levels? 83 and 80, right? Then you're looking for us to break and retest one of those levels. Look for some kind of confirmation, whether it's a cross on the MACD, whether it's a bearish candle, right? I personally built my own indicator for confirmation, but it doesn't really matter what you use, right? The most important thing is it respecting your plan of, rejecting the level, right? And as you can see, it did that perfectly. And this is why it gave me confidence to not only take the trade, but also hold it down a decent amount. So anyways, guys, that was my trade for today. I hope you guys learned a thing or two from this video. It's all about getting those key levels. Again, I use the Greeks in the options market. I'm going to be hosting a free live training later this month, going over how to actually read this, because I know this is probably new to a lot of people. So I'll be doing a free live training later this month, going over how to actually read this. I do have some videos on this on my channel as well. But anyways, if you guys want more help with your levels every single morning, inside our free Discord group, I do post my trading plan and my levels every single day. Sometimes they do change throughout the day, but for the most part, they stay the same because I do post these in the pre-market. So if you guys want access to that and also join our trading floor, we'd love to have you inside our Discord group. All you have to do is go over to that first link in the description below this video. Anyways, guys, hope you had a good trading day yourself. Be sure to subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you inside our Discord tomorrow morning at market open.